A new path of vengeance had just begun. In the grand ceremonial hall of the Demon Kingdom, anger exploded. The Archduke, Arcane Blur, slammed his fist on the podium. His eyes were red with rage as he shouted at Berge. He threatened to execute him for insulting the standards of the Demon King. From his tall throne, Archduke spoke again. He said that because of Berge's great achievements and talent, he would get one last chance to save himself. He must take back his foolish words and apologize to the entire Demon Kingdom. If he refused, he would be sent to Arion. Gasps filled the hall. Everyone knew Arion. It was a dangerous dimension where dozens of demon kings had died. It was almost certain death. Some demons muttered that a person who insulted the standards deserved to die. They said even an apology was not enough. The Archduke reminded Berge about Arion's terrible reputation. It was the worst realm, where countless demon kings had lost their lives, but Berge smiled, showing his sharp teeth. His eyes showed no fear. He broke the heavy silence with simple words, "Send me there." Shock spread through the hall. Berge spoke loudly and boldly. He said he would go to Arion to prove that the Demon King's standards were worthless. The Archduke was furious at this disrespect. He called Berge hopeless and ordered him sent away at once. A bright teleportation circle appeared under Berge's feet. The Archduke added that he would get none of the special treatment given to high-ranking Demon Kings. No one would go with him. He could not return until his task was done. As he fell through the portal, Berge thought calmly. This was what he expected after the mess he had caused. But they were sending him back to that place. He fell toward a vast, beautiful land of mountains and rain, the same world where the heroes who once killed him had lived. In his mind, he remembered that even before his regression, he had chosen Arion himself. Berge believed that the strongest, like him, should face the greatest challenges. That pride cost him his life in the past. Too many heroes had used the Demon King's code against Demon Kings. Seconds later, Berge crashed onto the peak of a snowy mountain shaped like a shooting star. He spread his wings to block the cold winds of Regressed Mountain in the northern continent. Still proud, he cleared his throat and said, "I won't let that happen again. This time, I'll use the code against the heroes to prove I'm right." Meanwhile, Gordon Dyrek shaved happily while humming a tune. He fastened his clothes neatly, looked in the mirror, and smiled. Perfect. The Demon King's Academy trains future Demon Kings. The Demon Clan Academy trains the clans that serve them. By Demon Realm rules, the top clan serves the top Demon King. Standing on the graduation platform, Gordon heard his friend say, "Lucky you, Gordon. Graduating as head of the clan means you'll serve Demon King Berge. I wish I had tried harder." Gordon stayed calm outside, but inside he was excited. None of the Demon Kings compared to Lord Berge. Berge came from the rare demon dragon bloodline, a genius born once in 1,000 years. Serving him was an honor. With Lord Berge, they could conquer any world. Gordon dreamed of his own name in demon history. Suddenly, Berge spoke from the stands, "That's wrong." Everyone froze. Berge continued calmly, "The so-called Demon King's code is nothing but trash." In that moment, Gordon's dreams broke. He stood stunned. These were the memories of the man now deep in Regressed Mountain. By demon law, the top clan serves the top Demon King. Gordon was still in shock. But why? Berge's voice came from behind. "They said no clan would follow me, but they still sent someone." Gordon turned slowly. Berge reached out his hand. "Good to see you again, Gordon." Gordon did not shake it. "Why did you say that? You called the code trash in front of everyone. And to Arion, no less. Now I'm going to die, too." Even after a sincere warning from the Berge, "Calm down. You'll tear out all your hair now." He couldn't drop his anger instantly. "My hair isn't the issue." That noisy display made Berge ponder. Has Gordon always been like this? Before I reverted, he was calm and confident. An old memory from a past life flashed. "It'll be hard, but with you and me, we can do it. Actually, if it weren't Arion, I wouldn't be interested." Berge sighed wearily. "It's understandable. The situation is totally different now. But if I told him I'd reverted, he'd think I'm crazy." Having vented everything, Gordon finally fell silent and gathered himself. He sadly clutched his hair to hold back tears and apologized for his earlier disgrace, saying, "Since it's come to this, I'll fulfill my duty," forcing Berge to pretend not to notice the weak display and reply, "Very well." Demon King's Code. Rule 1. A Demon King must erect a tower, but must not hide it or place it in an overly harsh environment. Only then can heroes find it. Gordon, of course, remembered and warned Berge. This place is too dangerous. Surrounded by towering mountains, humans can't find or reach it. Even strong monsters roam freely. You can't build a tower here. We should move. Unexpectedly, he bent and shoved the stone straight into the ground. "No, I'll build the tower right here." The tower seed planted in the earth and feed it with the Demon King's device so the tower can grow. That act visibly angered Gordon. Rule 1, you're directly defying them. Have you even discarded a Demon King's pride? Berge Diaz muttered dejectedly. I never swore to obey them. From an angle Gordon couldn't see, Berge Diaz silently glanced at him. I understand the disgust you feel being demon-born. It's hard to abandon a belief engraved to the bone. Unless you die or endure something as brutal as death, you won't renounce it because I was the same before. Berge Diaz slowly drove his nail into his palm to draw blood. He carefully let that plasma drip onto the tower seat and said, listen closely, Gordon. The Demon King's code is trash, especially here in Arian. The unusual gravity in his tone sent a chill down Gordon's spine. The snowy mountain began to tremble continuously from beneath the frozen ground. The tower seat started to react. It suddenly expelled a small orb of mana. It quickly spiraled in a large circle across the ground. Berge Diaz watched and hissed with excitement because Arian is crawling with heroes. Remembering the people who skewed him in his past life, he couldn't help sneering so many it's absurd. As the formation completed, a series of announcements rang out. Tower identifying user race. Black Flame, Dragon Demon Clan. Name, Berge Diaz. Identification complete, proceed to summon the tower. The final announcement coincided with a building rising from the frozen ground. The splendid sight made Berge Diaz mutter bitterly. This is why Demon Kings keep dying here after countless tower destructions. Humans learned the tower's mechanism and used the Demon King's own rules against us. On this land, the Demon King's rules no longer apply. Indeed, they should be called the Hero's Standards, which puzzled Gordon. Gordon finally understood the terrible truth. In this land, the old Demon King rules no longer worked. They should be called the Hero's rules instead. Before them stood a tall, dark tower, complete and menacing, rising out of the snowy wasteland. Gordon stared up at it, stunned. In the end, Berge Diaz had built the tower in that forbidden place after all. Berge Diaz walked calmly toward the main entrance. Let's go in, he said to Gordon. Gordon followed in silent hesitation. They entered the first floor of Berge Diaz tower. It was a huge hall with high, arched ceilings and a patterned floor, but it was completely empty. Gordon spoke out loud. A normal Demon King tower should have traps, complicated rooms, or monsters to guard it. But there's nothing here. It was a tower with no advantages for a Demon King, no special privileges. They climbed to the top floor, the Demon King's chamber on the 5th floor. It was the same, a large empty hall with a throne at the far end, and nothing else. Every floor was deserted. Gordon looked serious. The tower is built now. We can't change that. So we must at least follow rule number 2 of the Demon King standards. Rule number 2, kidnap a prince or princess, preferably one high in line for the throne. The reason was simple, important royalty produced more demonic energy when captured, through the anger and sorrow of their kingdom. Gordon offered to advise Berge Diaz. The Demon King stood with his back turned and allowed him to speak. Gordon pointed to a map. The closest kingdom is the Kingdom of Course, in the Regressed Mountains. Please kidnap the princess with the highest rank. That will bring the most anger and sorrow from the kingdom, and you will grow strong quickly. Gordon expected Berge Diaz to refuse. To his surprise, the Demon King agreed. Gordon was shocked. Berge Diaz added, I already have a princess in mind. Excited, Gordon offered to help, but Berge Diaz gave a clear order, stay here and guard the tower. A Demon King's home cannot be left empty. Gordon felt huge relief and joy. Thank goodness, Berge Diaz was still acting like a real Demon King. His strange behavior had just been stress. This could still work. Now it truly began. As Berge Diaz prepared to leave from the balcony, Gordon asked, trying to be a good servant, which princess will you bring? Berge Diaz gave a sly, secret smile and only said, well. The scene changed. Berge Diaz flew over a distant city at night. His target was far away, not the nearby kingdom, but Hilderan, the southernmost nation on the continent, the farthest from his tower. The view moved to a huge castle. Only one window was brightly lit in the dark night. Inside the room, a beautiful blonde princess named Hildera looked out the window. Berge Diaz spread his demon wings and landed in front of her under the full moon. Now his true plan was clear. Out of all possible princesses, he had chosen the one with the least importance, the 13th princess. His red horns shone in the moonlight. With an intense look, he said, I have come to take you, princess. Back in the tower, Gordon's mind exploded. He screamed at the top of his lungs, that's the exact opposite of the standards.